Chickees! So today I am going to be doing a review dash tutorial dash trying video. It's a couple different things in one video. For the most part, it's going to be a tutorial. However, you guys know that I absolutely love Royal Langnickel brushes. If you guys don't know, every single brush that I ever used in every tutorial ever on my channel is all Royal Langnickel brushes. And luckily, I get the chance to work with them once in a while, and so my good guy, Justin over at Royal Langnickel, offered to send me their entire new set of their MODA brushes, so now I have them with me. So I really want to try out these brushes, see how they work, see if they're good, if they're not, and everything. So I figured I would throw together a tutorial for you all. Plus in my last tutorial, you guys told me that you wanted something a little more simple, a little more, you know, less dramatic, I guess, which I guess this is a little less dramatic. Not really because of the winged eyeliner, but winged eyeliner is just my thing. I am a sucker for big, thick winged eyeliner, so I just gotta, but you know, I laid down on the falsies, I laid down on the eyeshadow, and I think it's a pretty wearable look. So I threw together the tutorial for you guys, and actually I didn't use that many brushes. Like, I used all of these brushes besides like one, and looking at these brushes, you know, it's not too many to do your makeup with, but you know, it just kind of proves that a lot of these brushes are multifunctional, and you can get a lot of different things out of different brushes. Like, I used the lip brush to do my underneath my eyes, you know, right below my waterline, my lower lash line, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, a lot of these brushes are multifunctional, and there's actually a kabuki brush right here, and then a sponge, which is on the ground, so yeah. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you do, give it a big thumbs up. Stay subscribed to my channel, because I upload every Tuesday and Friday at 6 p.m. East, and of course, follow me on my social media, which is BeautyChickee on Twitter, Instagram, Yuna, and Snapchat. I'm always updating those. Definitely go and follow them. But with that being said, I do want to hop right into this tutorial and show you guys how these brushes work. So let's get started. Alright guys, so to start with this tutorial, of course, we're going to want to use a primer. And if you guys saw my last tutorial, you guys know that I've been loving the Scandinavia makeup primer spray. So I'm going to be using this. In my last tutorial, I showed you guys how to use this. If you guys want to check out my last tutorial, it was a rose gold tutorial. It's super, super pretty. I suggest checking it out. I'll put it down below for you guys. But all I'm going to be doing is spraying this in a T down my face and then in an X. So yeah, that's all you do to prime your face. Next, I'm going to be taking concealer, and I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And this is the green one, and I've been breaking out a lot recently. So that means I have a lot of red on my face. So I'm just going to be covering all of that up. So, you know, just taking this concealer and just going over my pimples with it. Because, of course, your pimples are where your red spots are. So, yeah. That's that. And then using the Try a Concealer brush from Royal Langnickel, I'm going to take this brush out, and I'm going to use this brush, which looks like this, to just lightly blend the edges of that out. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is foundation, and my skin actually has been a little more dry recently just because of like the weather and everything. So I'm going to switch out my regular all-nighter foundation that I always use for the Hourglass stick foundation. This is really good for people that have more combination to dry skin. You guys know that I normally have oily skin, so this tends to get a little blotchy sometimes, but since I am more dry at the moment, I'm going to be using it, so I'm just, you know, going like that. I'm going to swipe it onto my face. So I just swiped it onto my face and onto my neck, because of course you want to make sure that you blend it onto your neck. And then to blend this all out, I'm going to be taking this magic sponge. It's the MODA magic sponge. It looks like this. It's kind of like a beauty blender looking thing, and it comes inside of this duo, and this is the Angle Kabuki, and it includes the sponge with it. And I'm going to use this sponge to blend everything out, but first I'm going to spray it down with some of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water just to kind of dampen it up so I don't have to run to the sink because I'm lazy. So I'm going to take this and use it to blend out my foundation, because you guys know how much I love my beauty blender for blending foundation. So this is kind of similar. So now that my foundation is fully blended out, I'm going to go in with the Precision Flat Stipple and Conceal brush. And I'm actually going to go back with that foundation, and we are going to double this up as our concealer. Just because this foundation is super, you know, potent and pigmented, I'm going to be taking that on the brush, and I'm going to stipple that onto my blemishes, and then just feather out the edges and everything. I'm also going to go under my eyes and apply a little extra to my eye area. And as you guys can see right now, I'm just blending out that concealer with the same brush. Alright, so now that we have the concealer dash foundation blended, I'm going to go in with that same sponge that I used before. Where is it? It's right here. And we're going to use this sponge to bake our face, so I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder because you guys know that this is my absolute favorite powder to bake with. And I'm just going to be dipping that in there and then, you know, going in and doing my usual bake with it. Okay, so now I have my bake applied, and I literally got the powder all over my shirt. Love my life. But now that we have the bake applied, I'm going to be taking the kabuki brush from this set, which is where the sponge came into. It's the ankle kabuki. So I'm just going to pull that out. And I'm just going to blend the bake on my neck just because it's just the neck area. You don't need to bake your neck. So now I'm going to go in with this angled eye blender brush. And all I'm going to be doing is brushing the bake away, or kind of just buffing it in on my eyelids so that we could start working on our eyeshadows. Okay, so now that we brushed that away on our eyelids, we could start working on our eyelids. Actually, before we start working on our eyelids, I'm going to apply a little lip balm just because, you know, you want to make sure your lips stay hydrated. Now we can start working on our eyes that I put that on. So first for my eyes, I'm going to be taking my foundation stick, and I'm actually going to be swiping just a little bit of that on my eyes. This is just going to act as our primer. And then going in with that eye blending brush, I'm going to be taking the NYX Love Contours All palette. I'm going to be taking this light shade in the middle and apply this all over my eyelid. So now that I have that in the eyelid, I'm going to go in with this bronze color right here. And this is actually a bronzer. It's not an eyeshadow. Because some of these are bronzers, some of them are highlighters, some of them are eyeshadows. Hence why it's called the Love Contours All palette. But we're going to go in with it anyways and use it in our crease. Just to blend those eyeshadows out a little more now, I'm going to be going in with the flat eye fluff brush. And using this brush, I'm just going to be blending it out the eyeshadows a little bit more and kind of just creating less of a harsh line. Now going back with the other brush, again, I'm going to be taking this darker color right here. It's a darker bronze color. And I'm just going to be buffing that into my crease to kind of just darken it up a little bit. Going back in with that fluffier brush, once again, I'm just going to feather out the edges and make it a lot softer. Now I'm going to be taking my finger and I'm going in with this shimmery color right here. It's a shimmery gold color, and I'm going to tap this right onto the center of the lid. I'm also going to be taking that color on this fluffy brush and applying that onto the brow bone. Now that that's on the eyes, we're going to actually go in with some eyeliner. So I'm going to be using the Douce Cosmetics Liquid Wear Eyeliner. And this eyeliner I've been using so much lately, and it's absolutely amazing, honestly. Douce actually sent me a bunch of their cosmetics to test out and everything, and so I did, and out of everything that they sent me, this is like the best thing. All the cosmetics were amazing, but this eyeliner is bomb. So I'm going to be taking this eyeliner. Of course, I'm going to be doing a wing with it, but first we're going to line the eyes normally, and then we'll create the wing. then we're going to create our wing. I actually find it very hard to make a wing with eyeliners like these, but this one, because it has such a fine tip on it, it's very easy to make a wing with it, so let's just do it. Alright guys, so now I have my winged eyeliner on, and what I'm going to do is actually wipe the rest of the bake away under my eyes and everywhere on my face using the kabuki brush, so let's do that right now. Wiping it away now because obviously its time has come to be wiped away, and plus we want to start working under the eyes with some eyeshadows and, you know, some regular eyeliner on the waterline, so yeah. Okay, so now that we wiped that away, we can focus on our waterline and our lower lash line. So actually, for our lower lash line, I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. So I'm actually going to be using the Precision Lip Brush for my lower lash line, which sounds very, very weird, but it is the perfect brush to do so, to blend those colors onto your lower lash line. So I'm going to be taking this color right here, which is the first color that we use in our crease. It's kind of like a bronzy color, and I'm going to be smudging that a little bit just on my lower lash line. Alright, so now for my waterline, I'm going to be using the Tight Line brush. It's this very tiny brush that has an angle to it, so it's great for getting the tight line, and it's great for your waterline, so I'm going to be using it for both actually. I'm using the NYX gel liner in the color Jet Black, and I'm just going to collect some of that onto my brush. And I'm going to start by tight lining my eyes, and this is perfect because it has that angle of the tight line. So I'm just going to angle my eye upwards and just really get that tight line. This is going to make our lashes appear fuller also, and yeah, I'll make our eyes look really, really nice. So now that it is on our tight line, I'm going to put a little bit more onto the brush, and we are going to be applying it to the waterline as well. Alright, so now that we got that on our tight line, we can move on to falsies and mascara. And we're actually not going to be going like very heavy with the falsies today. We're only going to be using the outer lashes. So for falsies, I'm going to be using the Ardell Adore accents, which actually aren't even on the things because I use these so often. And yes, you can reuse lashes as long as you know how to like clean them properly. So I'm always cleaning these lashes. They're so good. They're the Ellie lashes and they look like that. So now I'm going to be taking the falsie with a little bit of lash glue, and this is the Ardell Clear Strip Glue. I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and now I'm going to be applying that right to my outer lash line. So I'm just going to do this lash now, and then I will talk to you guys when I am done. Alright, so now my lashes are on. Alright, so now I actually do have this brush that's meant for falsies, and this is called the Falsie Fan. However, I'm not going to lie, I kind of don't know how I use this brush. I don't know if you like apply mascara onto the brush and then brush it through your falsies, or if you just kind of use it to blend the false lashes together, kind of just go like that. I think that you put your mascara onto here and then it helps to blend them. We could try it, so let's do it. So I'm going to be taking the They're Real mascara, and I'm going to be swiping this mascara onto the edge of this brush. And then taking this brush, I guess you kind of just run through your lashes like that. I guess maybe like helps them like to stick together better or something. I don't really know, to be honest. I guess it did help blend it a little bit when you put the mascara on, just so like the colors blend, but I'm just gonna go on with mascara anyways, so I'm just taking the They're Real mascara from Benefit and applying that to my eyelashes. Alright, so now that we have our falsies on, we have our mascara on, we can move on to eyebrows. Now for the eyebrows, we're gonna go very simple with, and I'm going to be using the Gimme Brow from Benefit. This has been my go-to eyebrow stuff lately because it's so quick and so easy to put on. Basically, you just take this little thing and you just brush through your eyebrows with it, and it already has the product on it for you. Honestly, guys, excuse my terrible eyebrows. I haven't plucked them or threaded them or waxed them or done anything to them for the past couple days because my eyebrows grow back so fast, but I haven't done anything to them because I'm leaving to go visit my boyfriend on Tuesday anyways, which I think I'll actually be in Virginia with him when you guys are seeing this video. But right now when I'm filming this, it's a Wednesday, so I'm visiting him on Tuesday, so in 6 days. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna do my eyebrows until the Monday night before, so yeah. Alright, and that is all for the Gimme Brow. Literally, you just brush it through your eyebrows and boom, perfect brows. I think that you do get a little more precision, obviously, if you use like the Anastasia Dip Brow, which is what I normally use, but the Gimme Brow is going to work with us for today since it's a lot more convenient. So I'm just going to do my other eyebrow, and then that'll be that. So now we're going to move on to the rest of our face, which includes contouring, highlight, blush, and then just our lips. Alright, so we got two contour brushes here. We have a precision contour and a quick contour. I think we're going to go with the quick contour for this video. This quick contour brush is a little like weird. It looks a little odd, but yeah. Alright guys, I'll actually be right back. I gotta switch out the battery in my camera. It's blinking red, which means it needs to be fixed. So, 1 minute. So I'm guessing, I don't really know how you use this. Like, do you apply it to only like, it looks like kind of like a butt. And I know that it goes to your face like that, but do you like only put the bronzer like over here? Or do you like put highlight here and then put the contour down here? I'm kind of confused. So it's meant to apply highlight and contour at the same time, so I guess we'll test it out. So I guess you do put your bronzer on one side, so let's get this side with some bronzer. And then let's do the other side with highlight. Oh, by the way, for the bronzer, I'm using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. And for my highlight, I'm going to use my Violet Voss palette, and I'm going to use, let's use this color. This color is Unicorn Luster. It's the very last color. It's a little weird trying to get highlight onto the one section of this brush without trying to get it on the bronzer, and I could imagine it'd be the same obviously if I already had highlight on it, but yeah, so now we got the butts of the brush covered. So we got our bronzer down there, a highlight up here, so let's just go. So this definitely does apply it at the same time, but I think that this bronzer needs to be buffed out a little more. So I think what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to buff it out like this, then use a different brush for the highlight. But yeah, so let's just get the contour on the brush like this and just contour the rest of our face. Alright, so let's do our blush now. So I'm going to be using the Tarte blush, and this is in the color Exposed. And there's not a blush brush here, but I could imagine that we could use this one for blush anyways. So let's just load her up and apply it. So we have our fan brush for highlight and the Micro Glow brush for highlight. So I could imagine that the Micro Glow is like to apply it like underneath your eyebrows and like on your nose and like your lips. So let's do that. So I'm going to be taking the same highlight that I used before, which is the Violet Voss in the color Unicorn Luster. So I'm going to be selecting that on this Micro Glow brush. And let's apply it right to our, what's this called? The Cupid's bow. And I'm going to be applying a little bit to the tip of my nose. And now going in with the fan brush. This is kind of a thicker fan brush than normal, which is good though. We're going to be taking the highlight again and applying that right onto our cheekbones. Another last step is the lips, so I'm going to be going in with my Douce Cosmetics, and I have no idea which one it is. It's one of these that I wanted to use the color from it. Not this one. It is this one. This is their Luscious Lip Stains. These lip stains are absolutely amazing. Literally everything I've tried from Douce is spot on. So yeah, this is their lip stain. It's in the color 612, and it looks like this. It is gorgeous, kind of like muted corally pink type of color. So I'm going to be using that, and then over that it also comes with a gloss that you apply over it. So we're going to use that too. But of course first let's apply this lip stain to our lips. Alright guys, so now that this is dried, I'm going to be taking the gloss that goes with it, and I'm going to be applying that right onto my lips, right over it. Alright guys, and that is it for this look. I think that you can wear this look either in the fall time, or you can wear it in the summertime, or you can wear it anytime. I think it's really good. The eyes are pretty basic. I think this is a pretty simple tutorial because I know I got a lot of requests in my last tutorial to do a more simple looking tutorial and everything, which I think this is a little more simple than the other one. It's a little easier to follow, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial and for this kind of little mini review on the new Royal Langnickel brushes. And once again, shout out to Royal Brush for sending me all of the brushes. Absolutely adore them. Shout out to them. If you guys want to check out the brushes, definitely link below for you all. But with that being said, let's move into the outro card so we can wrap up this video. And yeah. Guys, so if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and stay subscribed to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Friday at 6 p.m. East. And if you guys like this tutorial, I'm sure you like my other tutorials and my other videos, so stay subscribed to my channel. If you guys want to check out my merchandise line, #Chickee_merch, then you click the link on the screen or go to the down bar below. If you guys want to check out my latest video, it will be right next to me. And lastly, if you guys are not following me on my social media already, my username is BeautyChickee on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and possibly everything. You get everything up, so make sure to go and follow me. I'm always updating my social medias, especially Twitter and Snapchat. You know, I'm always doing things. Make sure to go follow them. So with that being said, chickies, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for the 1000th time, and I'm going to go. So have a wonderful day, and ciao, ciao, chickies. Mwah.